An absolutely amazing moment for me, and especially as they played my absolute favourite J-Lo. Oh, incredible. So thank you so much for having me. So I'm going to get straight into it, guys. I'm going to talk about leadership today and leading authentically. So I want you to know that leadership is a massive part of your journey, wherever you are on that journey right now. Even if you're here as a team of one, it's a fundamental skill you're going to need to develop. So, how do we define leadership? It's the ability to guide a group of people or organisation in a certain direction. So, do you know what direction you're taking in your Arbonne business? Where do you want to go? And are your team also aware of where you're going? Because it's been proven that a leader who has clarity in their purpose and where they're going will outperform their peers who don't. So are you talking openly about what your next goal is? What's your vision? What's your dreams? And what's your why? Are you talking about this with your existing team? But most importantly, to the people that you're meeting and sharing Arbonne with. People follow people who know where they're going. So it's our job to be vision casters for our teams right now and our future teams. So the first thing I really want you to take home from my training and make a note of is where exactly are you going in your business? Where do you plan to end this month? If you don't have a goal, you may as well not be here. Where are you going to end 2018? And where are you headed in the next 3 and 5 years? And the most important thing about vision and goals is sharing it. If you keep it to yourself, it doesn't become real. So share it with everyone. So often we fear this because we're worried that other people will think we're being too bold. But don't shrink down your vision for someone else's opinions or expectations of you. It's our job to paint it big. And guess what? If you don't know where you're headed 5 years from now, you're already there. And I'm sure you all want to be in a different place 5 years from now. So I'm not afraid, and my team will know this, to put out a massive goal like going for a trip or a new qualification or bonusing. And when you hit those goals and you can celebrate them, it feels absolutely awesome. But there are going to be times where you don't hit every single goal you set. And that's okay. It can be a little bit embarrassing and a bit uncomfortable to set a goal and not do it. But it doesn't make you a failure. You can only fail if you don't try. So you absolutely have to just get back up every time, reset the goal. The way I do this is I evaluate the month before, I assess it, what can I do better, and I just get stuck in and see how I can improve. So I would be a total hypocrite right now if I didn't put my big, hairy, scary goal out to you guys. And that is we are absolutely going into National Vice President qualification this month. My team deserve to be a nation. They deserve to be a nation so much. We will be a nation by the end of this year, and I will be a married with my gorgeous husband. He's over there. You all know he's hot if you've met him. So the way that I get through setting big, scary goals like that, make it action-orientated. So, for example, set yourself a goal of giving 5 one-to-ones a week or contacting 5 people a day, but break it down into an activity-focused goal. Because you know what, the promotions and the big QV and the new titles, it always follows activity and sponsoring. It's simple. So just going back to vision for a second, hands up, who's picked out their white Mercedes? Good. We need to see every hand up. You've got over 100 in the car park, guys. Go and get some pictures after this session finishes today. It's all about knowing what car you're going to be in. But even more, have you visualized driving from a conference like this, looking in your rearview mirror and seeing a sea of white Mercedes behind you of people in your team? It's so important to know what they want as well. This is some pictures of my team up there. They're incredible. It's absolutely about having the vision for your team, not just yourself. So when you picture Maui, who's in your picture? Is it your partner and your kids? Or is it all your amazing team and leaders with you as well? I can't wait to recreate these pictures up here. So amazing. So get obsessed with the vision of where you are going and work on it consistently. People don't care where you are right now in your business. I think that's another thing that holds us back. Oh, I'm just a. You're not just in anything. You're all independent consultants, which is absolutely amazing. So just paint that vision of where you're going. So now let's talk a little bit about authenticity and being you. So what does authentic mean? It means to be not a copy, genuine, and original. We can spend a lot of time in this business on social media looking at all the amazing leaders and VPs and how they're getting on in their incredible lives. While it's okay to use them as inspiration, don't compare your journey to theirs, especially if you've just started and you're comparing it to someone that's been in the business for maybe 3, 4, 5 years. A constructive way to actually do this when you're looking at people at social media is thinking, right, what is it about them that I actually love? What do I relate to about that person? What values do they have that I admire? And then think, right, what action can I take to be a bit more like them? So I know if I want to be like Sarah Law, let's say, what do I need to do? Go to the gym every day, let's face it, come on. Or as kind as someone like Hetty Gifford, what do I need to do? Make every single person I speak to feel like an absolute superstar. She's got such an amazing quality of doing that. So take action from your VPs. Don't just watch them endlessly. Otherwise, you honestly may as well be sat at home watching some reality TV show, and you're basically watching somebody else become wealthy and live out their dreams, and you're not living yours. So get to work on your own. Stop falling down that Instagram story tunnel. We've all been there, right? I love an Instagram story. And actually start taking some action steps to where you want to be. So being authentic means to be you, but the very best version of you. So I want you to now ask yourself and write down, why would somebody join you? What qualities and strengths do you have that somebody would jump on board with your business? So I know for me and my team, we are a super fun team. So someone definitely wants to be fun to join our team. We'll be the first on the dance floor with a few glasses of Prosecco later. A few. We're friendly, we're inclusive. But I'm also very ambitious and driven and persistent, and that is why people would want to work with me. I'm the sort of person that I can hear the word no 1,000 times. I'll get back up another 100. It's fine. Let's just keep going. And something I did when I first started my business, which might help any of you that are sort of struggling with, the setbacks and the no's and things. What I would do if I was at a one-to-one and someone had said no, or maybe they'd cancelled on me, even though when that happens, I wanted to go home and just think, right, I can watch a couple of hours of TV, have a nice early night, maybe a glass of wine. But actually what I'd do is I'd make myself stay out for that exact length of time that meeting would have taken me, and I booked in another 3, 4, 5 meetings off the back of it, because I was like, I'm going to make my Arbonne working time productive. So instead of, feeling sad that someone had said no or stood me up, I was like, right, let's crack on, we've got new activity in the diary. Keep asking enough times. There's no magic number. You just have to keep asking enough times. And you will find your yeses, I promise. So did you know that 5-wide ERVP Sarah Dunning actually spent 18 months of asking before she got her first yes? 18 months. She gave over 100 presentations. Would you have persisted for that long? So I just want to kind of demo this because I love a visual. If you're in Sarah Dunning's success line, can you just stand up? So that's if you're in Dunning Nation, Campbell Nation, Stuart Armfield's Nation, Hetty's, Melanie Dean's, Sarah Law's, Danny Copolaro, and Nicola Wills. So if you're in any of those nations, stand up and give us a wave. Thank you, guys. Wow. Because of that woman's persistence, we're all here and we have this opportunity. How blooming incredible is that? Persistence pays off, and I've taken so many lessons from that, and I'll be eternally grateful to Sarah for that persistence. To me, that's being authentic. It's growing up, it's having that grit, persistence and determination, and just the way to keep going. Okay, so leading yourself. Before you can lead other people in this business, you need to commit to leading yourself. So this means taking 100% responsibility for your business and your life. What you're currently experiencing, whether it's your business results, your finances, your health, your job, your relationships, they've all been created by you. So I know some of that can be not easy to hear, especially if you're not happy with it. Our mind will say, well, you know, if it just been a bit easier for me, like if I just had a better upbringing, or maybe if my parents had more money, or I'd gone to a better university, I'd just be a national vice president by now. And that's because we've been conditioned to blame things outside of ourselves. But the honest truth is, we actually create all of it. The good, the bad, the ugly. And to become a great leader, it is all about taking that 100% responsibility. And the best news is, if you don't like where you currently are, you can move. You're not a tree. It's one of my favorite sayings. You can move. So there's one person that can take responsibility, and that's you. So when we start to blame other people or circumstances out of our control, that's when things can start to go a bit wrong. We find ourselves saying things like, well, you know, it was a really hot summer. It was really hard to book in one-to-ones. Everyone was just too tired. Or have you ever got caught in the trap of saying, well, you know, if Sally had hit her DM bonus last month, I'd be an area manager by now. It's not Sally's fault, guys. You have to give up all of your excuses to get results. All victim stories, all blame, and all the reasons why you haven't up till now. Everything you think, that you say, and that you do needs to become intentional, focused, and aligned with your purpose, values, and goals. As the infamous Jim Rohn would say, no one can do your push-ups for you. It'd be great if Sarah Law could do mine for me. Your upline can tell you how to do affirmations, set goals, nail a one-to-one, handle objections, but ultimately we're independent consultants, and we have to own it and do it. You only have control over 3 things in your life, and that is the thoughts you think, the images you visualize, and the actions that you take. How you use these is up to you and will determine where you're next going to go in your life. So the best thing about being a human being is we can change our circumstances. And how do we do that? So we can change any negative thoughts to positive ones. We can change what we visualize and dream about. We can change habits that aren't serving us. We can just let them go. You can change what you read. I've definitely gone from being like a Daily Mail showbiz girl to like a personal development junkie. And you can change how you talk. And if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to carry on getting the same results. So ask yourself, is it time to change something up there? The definition of insanity is just doing the same things and expecting a different result. So hands up, who would like to promote in their Arbonne business by the end of this year? Yes. Okay, over 2,000 people just said yes, that's good. So if you want to do something different and get that promotion, you are going to have to change it up, take more action, and then you're going to become that future ERVP. So addressing what you need to change, that's leadership. There's going to be some things you need to give up along the way, so I just want you to note these down. So number one thing that you need to give up in this business is complaining, toxic behavior complaining. And isn't it funny that we only really complain about things that we can actually change? So we'll complain about our weight, our job, our partners, all of that stuff, but we can actually change it. So why don't we? And the main reason that we don't change things is because of fear. We fear failure. So that's the second thing I want you to give up, and that's fear. Or actually more fearing fear. So let me explain that a second. So fear has 2 meanings. You can forget everything and run. That's the first meaning of fear. And way too many people do this in network marketing. They speak to their first 10 friends, they say no, they get a bit of rejection, and off they go. Missing in action, we never hear from them again. Just keep calling, never hear from them again. Or the second one is you can face everything and rise. So you absolutely have to rise up on this journey. There will be challenges. There will be things that you actually feel really uncomfortable doing. But it's the person you become by growing through them. We have to take risks in this business and run head on towards the things that scare us. So the scariest, biggest thing for me in Arbonne, which I think I put off until I was an area manager, was talking to people I didn't know, strangers, or making new friends, as my upline like to refer to it. The thought of it absolutely horrified me. Honestly, I was that person on the tube that's like, face down, don't want to make chit-chat, I need to get where I need to get to, you know, London life. So yeah, it absolutely scared the heck out of me. So how did I get over that? I was like, right, let's just start by asking someone the weather or the time. Like, let's just make idle chit-chat. And then it would go on to like asking them about what they did and just getting a bit more comfortable with it. And soon after that, people actually started to book one-to-ones with me, and I now have so many people in my team that I didn't know before I started Arbonne 5.5 years ago. So you have to get comfortable doing the things that really scare you and do them anyway. So the third thing you need to give up is comparison. Comparison is the thief of all joy. So it's not about being a second-rate version of somebody else in Arbonne, it's about being the best version of you. The only person you need to compare yourself to is the person looking in the mirror back at you. And just think, how could I just do 1% more today? Get 1% better. So number 4, you need to give up doubt. There isn't room for doubt in this business. You have to believe in you. Is anyone going to join your business if you don't even believe you can do this? So I know this event is going to give you so much belief in yourself, so well done for being here. But you absolutely have to get rid of that doubt. Maybe you need to borrow your sponsor or your upline's belief for a little while, but you need to know that you've got this, guys. You absolutely have. You've got a 100% chance of winning in this business. So leading yourself is all about energy. Energy is huge. You can't control what happens in your life, but you can 100% control how you respond to things. And this comes down to energy. So what are you doing to protect your energy on a daily basis? So for me, it's looking after myself, basic self-care, meditating, eating well, getting outside, exercising. And do you know what? Our energy is massively influenced by the people we spend time with. We become the average of the 5 people we spend the most time with. That's the same in our finances, our health, business. So are you getting around like-minded people who are where you want to be? That is why AAC is just the best thing you could be doing for your business right now. Can you literally feel the energy in the room? Oh. Dr. David Hawkins discovered that the heart's electromagnetic field is actually 5,000 times more powerful than the brain. So that just proves that this business is not about thinking. You have to feel it. You really have to feel it. And this is a great tool on screen. I hope you can see it. It's called an emotional guidance scale from a book called Ask and It's Given by Esther and Jerry Hicks. 100% that book helped me get to region. And what it talks about is making sure you stay on the high vibration, energy, and frequency. And that comes down to your feelings. So checking in with how you feel every day. So the highest you want to be is like joy, gratitude, passion, love, enthusiasm, hopefulness. That's the state you want to be in when you're doing your income-producing activity. No one's joining someone that's at the bottom of that scale like, oh, I'm really sad and tired. We want to get up there. But there are going to be days where you do feel sad and tired. So how do you get yourself back up? Well, like I just talked about, and it might be different for you, but for me it's going out for a run, writing a gratitude list, doing a 10-minute meditation. It's simple stuff. It might be walking your dog, seeing your kids, you know, figure out what it is for you, but make sure you're staying on that high vibration frequency as much as possible. We absolutely have the power within to make this business work. We can do anything. If you can dream about it, you can do it. So ultimately, leading yourself before you can lead others comes down to one massive thing. Action. Action. Taking small, consistent action steps is the bottom line to growing this business. You know, we can think about it. We can do all the personal development in the world. But Debbie Neal always says, we don't get paid to think. Imagine if we got QV for just thinking about Arbonne. It'd be great. So is it time to stop overdosing on the personal development? I'm a firm believer that's a huge role in what we do, but I really believe what develops and grows us is taking action. It's doing the things that you don't actually want to do. It's when you're in that restaurant or shop and you're like, I really want to ask that girl's number. She's amazing. She'd be so good at Arbonne. And you're terrified. And it's so easy to just walk out the door and get on with your day. But growth happens when you actually go back and you're like, right, I'm going to ask her. And you do it. They're the moments that you really grow. Not by head under the duvet, listen to another podcast on how to do it. Just do it. Get that stuff done in the first hour of the day. Miracle Morning's already been mentioned, power hour, whatever you want to call it, or at least in and around your activity. So I'll listen to my audio books in the car, do my affirmations on the way to a one-to-one. You can fit this stuff in however busy you are, I promise. You can make this work for you. Arbonne works 100% of the time. It's just a question of will you work it? So I have a challenge for you all. Are you up for it? So I'll bet when you've been sitting here, you've been thinking about somebody that isn't yet in your business and thinking, I wish they were here with me. They would absolutely love this. Have you got a person in your head? Yeah? So what I want you to do when you leave here this evening, everyone's getting scared now, oh God, make a call or very minimum voice note, because I promise you this works more effectively than text or messenger. And I want you to just share that with them. Just say something like, hey, I'm at a conference. I was thinking of you. You would absolutely love this business. And I would feel awful if I didn't share the big picture with you. When are you free to meet up? Let's grab a coffee. Sunday or Monday, which works best for you? Simple. It takes 5 seconds, guys. 5-second rule, Mel Robbins. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just do it. And tag me or come and see me tonight and let me know when you've done it, because I want to know you did. Just imagine what your business would look like if you just did a little thing like that every single day. Even one reach out a day for the next 90 days, it would change your business. Just one reach out. Network marketing guru Richard Blissbrook, he's the author of The 4-Year Career, incredible business tool. He says, statistically, if you did this one reach out every day, no days off, like no weekends off or anything, you've got to do it every day, but in the next 5 years, you'd become a top income earner just from one a day. That's what professional network marketers do. They keep going regardless of the outcome, and they know that consistency is the key. What happens in this business and why we kind of lack progress sometimes is after an event like this, we're absolutely buzzing. We're on it, right? We're on it. We're like, I'm on it, I'm on it, I'm messaging. And we do it for about a week, and then we get some no's, and then we're like, oh, I don't really feel like it. I'm not so on it. It's a bit hard today. And then that's why we then start again on month one, like the first of the month. This is my month, I'm doing it. 2 weeks in, the same thing happens. So it's about being consistent and sending those messages, voice notes, making those phone calls, whatever your preferred method is, it's doing it anyway, long after the feeling is gone. So if you think you can, or you think you can't, you are right. And you need to make that decision in here today. I know you can all do it, but you've got to decide to do it. Did you have the summer off? If you did, I hope you had a nice time. But it's time to get running. It's absolutely time to get running. Like someone said earlier, the tidal wave is coming. Let's go. And do you know what? The lack of activity can show up a few months into your business. So what you're creating now and the activity or lack that you're doing right now will dictate if you have people going district in the next 3 months, the ones that are going to be helping you earn AIT. So get to work now and the results are going to show up in a few months' time, even if they don't immediately. It's a numbers game. Our business model is to just sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. And I want to encourage you to look for business partners. It's not that preferred clients aren't important, they're incredibly important, but you will find PCs along the way by reaching out to find consultants, because as Hetty so well covered, the system works. Let people try the products. The ones that aren't ready to jump in the business, they're going to become a preferred client. I met a lady, she became my preferred client in January. She's now here as a new consultant. Yes, Esther. PCs upgrade all the time, but we find them by going to speak about the business. So, who are your 5 wide national vice presidents? Are they in your business right now? Can you identify your future MVPs in your current team? If you can't, That's absolutely okay. And do you know what? Chances are you might have one or two in your existing business right now. So if you don't have them yet, get to work and sponsor new. So I want you to imagine it like this. It's a lovely autumn day. That weather's coming. It's a nice crisp day. You're in a park, lots of trees, and there's literally hundreds and thousands of leaves around you on the ground. And I've just told you that under 5 of those leaves is £1 million. How many leaves would you turn over? That is what we are looking for in Arbonne. We have to turn over those leaves. It might be 50, 500, 5,000. Just keep going, you will find them. Okay, leading others. How do we lead a team? Do you know what? Leading a team is just about going the way, showing the way, and doing the do first, and not being afraid to fail. And I have a very quick video that is just going to demonstrate this. So, run VT.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore, it's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out and you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut and it's not 2 nuts. 3 is a crowd and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They won't stand out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. And over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'd be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is overglorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Who's going to be the shirtless dancing guy tonight? You don't have to take your top off, it's fine. This literally happened at our VP meal last night. Holly and Hetty Gifford, they were the first leader and the first follower, and then we all joined on the dance floor, didn't we? You have to be that person that's not afraid to put yourself on there on that skinny branch, and you probably couldn't hear it, but at the end of the video, that woman says, "How did he do that?" And that's people in your life that are going to look back on your journey. How did she create a team of thousands of people? It started with one who invited one who said yes and then duplicated. So never be afraid to go first. And I just actually have a picture just to show a bit of momentum in my team from previous AAC. If you could just go to the next slide, please. So it literally just starts with a few, and then this is AAC last year. And this year, I think there's 75 of us. Give us a wave, guys. Woo! Amazing. So you've just got to build on that momentum. Okay, so my time is coming to an end, so I just want to sum up that leadership is about having vision. It's about having courage. It's not being afraid to go first. Do you know what? Most of us are here because one very brave lady, Caroline McFarlane, said yes 11 years ago. Where is she? Thank you so much, Caroline. So be bold, be brave, go first. Thank you.